Welcome back, and if you were watching our last segment, you heard me ask you before the break what catching swamp frogs had anything to do with honoring legendary teachers. Well, it's all in a new book.
Actually, the book is right here.
Oh, we just happen to have
Yes,
it.
the book is a heartfelt tribute to teachers and adults who have a positive and lasting impact on students. Author Dr. Nic Clement joins us to talk a little bit more. And I said, I love the name of your book, Doctor, because it catches your eye and makes you wonder what it does have to do with teachers and honoring. And it says, How to Catch a Swamp Frog.
Well, that was the whole idea.
Yeah.
If you're going to sell books, you got to give reasons to buy the book. And so that was kind of the idea of the title, is to catch people's eye, because the book is about legendary teachers. It's this idea that we all had that teacher in our life that really, when you think about where I'm at today, you track it back and there was a teacher that kind of helped you go that direction. So one, I wanted to honor those teachers, and two, I want to pay it forward. I retired about 1.5 years ago, and now I'm with Northern Arizona University, and I wanted to do something to pay it forward. So one was to write a book about those teachers and get those stories down. The other is that all the royalties of the book are going to fund a microgrant to support teachers while they're still mortal.
Well, they're still more. Well, that's right. I mean, because they do, after they pass on, they're like immortal in the students' lives that they touched. So I do like that. I get it. Yeah. Now, you were a teacher at Flowing Wells, is it the school district,
right,
for over 30 years, right? Is that where you got your motivation?
An administrator, and then I was superintendent for 9 years. The last 9 years of the 30, I was superintendent at Flowing Wells. And this idea that you don't become a legend until, your students show up at the 20th reunion and they talk about you. So when you're a teacher, you don't really get that kind of feedback because you haven't become a legend yet. But this idea of not only having the book, but also trying to get others to influence others to contact the teachers in their lives. So we also have started this idea of a legendary teacher day on the 4th Thursday in September, that on that day, take some time, contact that teacher in your life, and just let them know what you're doing now and the difference they made.
And so where did you find the different teachers and inspirations that are in the book?
Well, they've been bouncing around in my head for 61 years.
Right.
And I've told some stories. I decided I better write them down so I don't forget them, and also a way to honor those teachers. So they've been there, just like everybody has those stories. And one of the ideas of the book is to trigger the story in your mind about that legendary teacher.
And it has. I've been thinking about the teachers in my mind that have influenced me, and I can say that I've had more than one amazing teacher in my life that have pushed me this far. So I really like that we have, now that you're talking about a day to honor them. Now, where can our viewers purchase this book? Because I'm sure it's clicked in their head too. They're like, yeah, I did have an amazing teacher.
Sure. It's on Amazon.com. It's also, we have a website, legendaryteacher.com, and it has all the ways. Barnes & Noble has it, in-store, Amazon.com, and then the website has all the different ways you can purchase the book. And again, I'm sounding like the infomercial, but the sale of the book, all of the royalties are going to go back to teachers. So the more books we sell, the more of these $100 micro grants we can get out to teachers.
And so how will we know who is the recipient of the scholarship?
Well, I'm going to announce it right now.
Oh, right now? I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Janet Slingerland
Janet.
from Hendricks is she is one of our first $100 recipients, and we're going to be giving a $100 grant out now once a week for as long as we can sustain the fund. So we need people to buy the book so we can keep giving it these $100 grants out. And the $100 it's not a lot, but for a teacher who takes a lot, they take a lot of money out of their pockets, as you know, for those things that schools can't afford anymore. So any little bit will help.
And that's absolutely true. So congratulations to our first recipient, Janet. who is getting this. And then, like you said, you're paying it forward by reading this book. Those that, of course, go and purchase the book, they'll be paying it forward to the teachers that get that.
Exactly.
So this is good for everyone. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us today. And you're invited to the book signing on November 15th at Barnes & Noble Broadway. For a list of more events, you can visit legendaryteacher.com.